जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जनावल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, गोपी जनावल्लभ यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना, यमुना तीरावनचारि, यमुना तीरावनचारि, राधा कुंज बिहारी, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, जयम विष्णुपाद ब्रह्म प्रीतिचार्य श्रोदर्शक श्रीमद His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, ISKCON Deputy Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Rasa Bihari Bhagwan Ki Jai, Shri Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Ki Jai, Shri Gaur-Nitaya Bhagwan Ki Jai, Nitaya Gaura Premanande Hari Hari, all glorious to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna, all glorious to assembled devotees, all glorious to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guru. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 1, chapter number 1, entitled as Questions by the Sages, in the text number 17. तस्य कर्माण्युदाराणि परिगीतानि सूरिभिः न श्रद्धानानां ददतः कला तस्य कर्माणि उदाराणि परिगीतानि सूरिभिः नः श्रद्धानानां दया ददतः कला तस्य कर्माण्युदाराणि परिगीतानि सूरिभिः न श्रद्धानानां दया ददतः कला
तस्य कर्माणि उदाराणि परिगीतानि सूरिभिः योहिना श्रद्धानानां लया तदत्तता कला तस्य कर्माणि उदाराणि परिगीतानि सूरिभिः योहिना श्रद्धानानां लीलया ददतः कला तस्य कर्माणि उदाराणि परिगीतानि सूरिभिः ब्रूहीणाः श्रद्धानानां लीलया दत्तदा कला
तस्य कर्माणि उदाराणि परिगीतानि सूरिभिः ब्रूहीणाः श्रद्धानानां लीलया दत्तदा कला तस्य कर्माणि उदाराणि परिगीतानि सूरिभिः Word to word translation. Tasya is karmani transcendental acts. Udarani magnanimous. Parigitani broadcast. Suribhi are the great soul. Suhi, please speak. Na unto us. Shraddhadhanana, ready to receive with respect. Leelaya, past time. Dadata, advented. Kalaha, incarnation. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki translation. His transcendental acts are magnificent and gracious, and great learned sages like Narad sings of them. Please, therefore, speak to us who are eager to hear about the adventures he performed in his various incarnations. Purport: the personality of Godhead is never inactive, as some less intelligent persons suggest. His works are magnificent and magnanimous. His creations, both material and spiritual, are all wonderful and contain all variegatedness. They are described nicely by such liberated souls as Srila Narada, Vyasa, Valmiki, Devala, Asita, Madhva, Sri Chaitanya, Ramanuja, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarka, Sridhara, Vishwanath, Baladeva, Bhakti Vinod, Siddhanta Saraswati, and many other learned and self-realized souls. These creations, both material and spiritual, are full of opulence, beauty, and knowledge. But the spiritual realm is more magnificent due to its being full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. The material creations are manifested by for some time, as perverted shadows of the spiritual kingdom and can be likened to cinemas. They attract people of less intelligent caliber who are attracted by false things. Such foolish men have no information of the reality, and they take it for granted that the false material manifestation is the all in all. But more intelligent men, guided by sages like Vyasa and Narada, know that the eternal kingdom of God is more delightful, larger, and eternally full of bliss and knowledge. Those who are not conversant with the activities of the Lord and his transcendental realm are sometimes favored by the Lord in his adventures as incarnations, wherein he displays the eternal bliss of his association in the transcendental realm. By such activities, he attracts the conditioned souls of the material world. Some of these conditioned souls are engaged in the false enjoyment of material senses, and others in simply negating their real life in the spiritual world. These less intelligent persons are known as karmis or fruity workers and gyanis or dry speculators. But above these two classes of men is the transcendentalist known as Satvata or the devotee who is busy neither with rampant material activity nor with material speculation. He is engaged in the positive service of the Lord and thereby he derives the highest spiritual benefit unknown to the karmis and gyanis. As the supreme controller of both the material and spiritual worlds, the Lord has different incarnations of unlimited categories. Incarnations like Brahma, Rudra, Manu, Prithu, and Vyasa are his material qualitative incarnations. But his incarnations like Rama, Narsimha, Varaha, Vamana, and his transcendental incarnations. Lord Sri Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnations and is therefore the cause of all causes. ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णबालान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधे नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते दिव्यै गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class here at ISKCON Goregaon West. We have very two wonderful souls today for giving association. Anuttama Krishna Prabhu and Sadhuchari Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So Anuttama Krishna Prabhu mostly takes care of all. आवाज नहीं आ रहा आप स्पीकर लेके really okay so Anuttama Krishna Prabhu takes care of whole IYF preaching which takes care under Sundar Chaitanya Prabhu. So he's like going from one choice student base to another student center to another student center. Very wonderful and very active and enthusiastic devotee. And another one is Sadhuchari Prabhu. As his name is there, sadhuchari. His acharan is like a sadhu. And there is a very wonderful center in Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra in Kopargaon. The name is Kopargaon. So Prabhu stays there. He takes care of that center as well as in Shirdi, Sai Baba, Dham. There is a book stall also where he takes care of that stall, and all the transcendental literatures written by Srila Prabhupada is being distributed all over that area. So they are giving us association. Bus party. He's also there in bus party. So these two wonderful souls, they're very active and with their all various capacities, they are taking care of very wonderful preaching services in the service of Srila Prabhupada. So they are there, especially to bless me because I am alone right now. So they are here to bless me and to give us enthusiasm for the Janmashtami festival and all. So yeah, thank you very much for this for being here. So last verse we were discussing about the glories and the association of devotees. Then a little bit about the symptoms of Kali Yuga and how symptoms of Kali Yuga can be mitigated or their effect on our life, we can reduce it. So that has been discussed. Now it is always a kind of a etiquette. Whenever there is a program, whenever there is a seminar, or wherever there is a kind of an event, most of the time the subject matter has been introduced to the audience that we are going to have this particular subject and the glories of that subject and how it will help you in your life and all those things. And the second kind of etiquette, the person who is going to speak about that subject matter, devotees or the people, they even glorify that speaker. The same kind of etiquettes we follow in our ISKCON also. Just like there is a seminar of art of mind control. So everybody, the mind is so turbulent, especially in this 2025 in the corporate world. No, it's going from one place to another place. There is no concentration of mind, and we glorify the mind first. And then after that, what is the necessity of controlling that mind? And then we tried. This is our esteemed guest and speaker today who has done this seminar for thousands and thousands of times and this and that. And we glorify that person. He has done PhD in mind control and this and that. And if a person is honest and we ask him, really, आपका mind control देगा? नहीं, कभी कभी तकलीफ देता है. So that's what happened. Whenever there is no manmohan in our life, that man will always burn that. So only to control our mind, there has to be the shelter of manmohan. Shri Radha manmohan. So then and then only our man will get control. Okay. So here in this particular shlok, now first it's not Shaunaka Rishi's yet started. It's like a common thing they are speaking with Sutta Goswami. And they're asking that first, Lord's transcendental acts are magnificent and gracious. So in Bhagavad Gita, if we go, Krishna says, Janma karmascha me divyam evam yogeti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma neti mamiti suarsham. So the person who comes to know, okay, this is my transcendental activities, okay, this is my janma, my karma, and this is divya. One who comes to know that, he becomes qualified to go back home, back to Godhead. It's very simple, but it doesn't look that simple. Okay. And in same way, who can understand the janma and karma of Krishna? One who knows that Vasudevam Sarvam Iti. Okay. So Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavam Mam Prapadyate Vasudevam Sarvam Iti Sa Mahatma Sudurlava. So the first he has to understand that Vasudev, Lord Krishna, is overall everything. Then he will understand the Janma and Karma of Krishna are going to be a Divya. And such kind of a person is considered as Jnani by Krishna. We may say this is Jnana Yogi, a Chaturvedi, this is Trivedi, Dvivedi, Ekavedi, or he has learned so many Upanishads and so many Puranas. But according to Krishna, who is Jnani? Bahunam Janmanam Ante. After many, many, many births, one person will come to know Vasudevam Sarvamiti, Sa Mahatma Sudurlam. So that Jnani, Jnanavam Mam Prapadyate, Krishna says, that person is, according to me, is a Jnani person. So whatever information we might have Sankhya Yoga philosophy or Jnana Yoga philosophy, only person according to Krishna who knows devotional service is a Jnani person. And that's what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, that such person knows Krishna is a common head of all the incarnations. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a discussion about 22 incarnations of Krishna. Then Prithu Maharaj, Narada Muni, Vyasadeva, Parashurama, Rama, Balarama, all these incarnation comes. And after discussing all these incarnation in brief, then Sutta Goswami says, Ete chamshakala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavana Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Vridayanti Yugi. So there is no Vasudev, there is no Narayana, there is no Vishnu word has been spoken by in Srimad Bhagavatam. Exclusively, very clearly, Krishna Astu Bhagavana Swayam. So that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is so special that all other Puranas, especially those who are in Sattva Guna, they explains about Vishnu and various incarnations. But Srimad Bhagavatam is very clear about it. Who is the fountainhead of all incarnations? Krishna is there. So all the incarnations might have been discussed one chapter, two chapters, three chapters, or half of the canto. Only Krishna has been given 1.5 canto. And all his pastimes has been discussed thoroughly. So Srimad Bhagavatam gives us that complete understanding that there might be thousands and thousands of incarnations of Lord, but Krishna is the ultimate avatari. So many people, when we go outside, they say, "You ISKCON people, you like Krishna, that's why you say Krishna is the ultimate, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, this and that." No, just change your thought process. ISKCON is worshipping Krishna. That's why Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's not like that. Actually, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why ISKCON people worship Krishna. So, थोड़ा सा अपने आप को change कर. 180 degree Celsius, 180 degree, just change your thought process. All the scriptures, they explain Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Now, here, to understand that Krishna's pastimes has been discussed by all the self-realized souls, Srila Prabhupada is giving like an entire, complete Guru Parampara to us. Let's see, it's not like that. In order to understand any principle of devotional service, there has to be three proofs which we should take in consideration. There should be they should be authorized by three people. What are those three people? Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Regarding any kind of a principle, these three things has to be in synchronization. Guru, whatever he speaks, that should be according to Shastra. And Guru and Shastra, we should see that all the sadhus also in same line following the same kind of a principles. Just like when I first came into devotional service and I saw all these ISKCON people, they say, Nitai Gaur, Haribol, Haribol. Who is this Nitai? I know my Tai. I know his Tai. Who is Nitai? So for me, it took almost a year. That who is this Gaur Nitai? It's like I think ISKCON people has manufactured some kind of a God. Okay. And then after that, in 2006, almost after 3 years, they have taken me to Sridham Mayapur. Okay. And when I went there, I saw in Odisha, there is Gaurnitai. And we went to that Gambhira, we went to Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya's place, we went to Siddha Bakula, we went to Haridas Thakur's Samadhi Nath. And everywhere there, Nitai Gaur, Haribol, Nitai Gaur. Okay, second time about this Gaur Nitai. Okay. Then we went to Mayapur Dham and there I saw thousands and thousands of devotees. They are worshipping God. There is not like only ISKCON. It's an entire parampara which is worshipping God. Then we went to Yoga Pita, then Acharya Ratna's house, and then various places. And slowly it started into my heart. No, whatever these ISKCON people are saying, it's according to Shastra. And see, so many sadhus are following. Right? So many times, in certain principles, it's not always that only one person or guru or a sadhu or a Shastra, after reading that, you will get 100% conviction this is what perfect. No, many times you have to have a combination of all. Whatever is said by Shastras, is it a right? Then we say, oh my God, see, all the people are following that. So it has to be right. Now, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is purifying each and everyone. Am I right? So, but Hare Krishna people will come. Hare Krishna Mahamantra Kalau Dosha Nidhirajan, all the doshas of Kali Yuga has been mitigated by Harinam. So take Harinam. Yeah, okay, but show me the proof. Right? Many times in the world, whenever we go and we ask something, we say something, people ask for a proof. What is the proof that this is right thing? So that's why when Shastras gives us an example, Ajamil got purified, Gajendra got purified, and then that's a 5,000 years back. People consider most of the time Shastras as a Danta Katha, a mythology. But when we see that when Srila Prabhupada went into 1965 and in 1966, he established this ISKCON. And so many people, so many youths, 18, 19-year-old youth, they were rotting into, that materialistic life, totally into drugs, alcohol, sex, and all those things, just because of Harinam and just because of the Prabhupada's mercy. They were transformed totally. And that's what the proof. See, once Srila Prabhupada was asked by a so-called one person who is kind of a journalist, that so many people, sadhus, they come to this Western world and they show so much of miracle. Somebody will take out anguti, somebody will take out, according to Siddhi, the millions of rupees. I hope we get some kind of a sadhu like this who take out millions and millions of rupees. That will be very nice. Our preaching will become very easy after that, right? We then we no more lack of funds there. We'll have a lot of funds to have nice feast prasadam and wonderful festivals for Krishna's pleasure. So they show so much, so many miracles. So tell me what kind of a miracle you have shown. Then Srila Prabhupada showed to his disciples. These are the people. They are the miracle. But what kind of miracles are? They were hippies. I went there. I gave them Harinam. And from hippies, they became happies. That is what a miracle is. That's what Srila Prabhupada's wonderful contribution. What will happen just because Rak will come out of your ear? Shh. What will happen after that? Nothing happens. People again gets into their tension, depression, worries and stress. Right? But Srila Prabhupada has taken away everything. Right? यस्यापि शृणुमानायां कृष्णे परमपुरुषे भक्तिरुत्पद्यते पुंसा शोक मोह भय आपः. Srila Prabhupada gave us a gift of Krishna Katha and Krishna Nama. And as soon as that enters into the heart of a person through his ears or her ear, whatever shoka, whatever moha, whatever bhaya is there in that person's heart, it just vanishes. It just vanishes. For 1,000 celestial years, that Gajendra Bechara, he was struggling with that crocodile. Just one small lotus and one stuti of the Lord. Whatever bhai is there, it just vanished. Right? So that's what Krishna Katha and Krishna Nam gives us. So that's why it is said here that the transcendental, magnificent, and gracious activities of Krishna has been sang by the learned sages like Narada. Now there are two things. Sruta Goswami, whatever he has, coming into the disciplic succession, Narada Muni is a main person who has given appearance to Srimad Bhagavatam. Because Shri Vyasadeva was in despondency, Narada Muni came and told him that you should write Srimad Bhagavatam. So actual, the father for Srimad Bhagavatam to appear is Narada Muni, right? He instructed Vyasadeva. Now another thing, when Sutta Goswami was there, and all Shaunakadi rishis are asking him about the transcendental activities of the Lord, all the sages were present. And the fountainhead of all sages is Narada Muni, and is personally sitting there in front of Sutta Goswami, his great grand spiritual master, right? So that's why now here sages are giving exclusive name of Narada Muni because he's a fountainhead. That's what a Vaishnava etiquettes are. They're so sensitive. Vaishnavas are so sensitive that they give all their respects to whatever seniors if they are present there. Just like our Chandravamshi Prabhu sent me one video which we saw many years back, but it is always a fresh video that his grace Radhesham Prabhu is giving class. He is on a Vyasasana in Vidyapet, Govardhan Eco Village. And then I think you also sent it. I just sent. So both of them has sent me. And then Maharaj came and very graciously he sat there and hearing sincerely. And Prabhuji was totally into his trance and speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. And suddenly he saw that his spiritual master is there. How to say Srimad Bhagavatam, how to give Bhagavatam class in front of your spiritual master. So he just jumps from that Vyasasana and he sits there. And Maharaj, I won't. You give class. I can't do that. So that's how the etiquette goes. Whenever there are seniors, however big, however no eloquent speaker we might be, but in front of your seniors, at least we should take a permission that it has been given this service to me. Please give me permission so that I can say something about Lord Krishna. So that's what a Vaishnava etiquette. So Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam is full of Vaishnava dealings. How sensitive Vaishnavas are, how the culture of respect and love has to be there, and we have to cultivate being a sadhaka, we have to cultivate that in our heart. So here Narad Muni is present there. He is the foremost of all the sages. That's why his name has been come. And there is very wonderful bhajan. I think most of you heard. नारद मुनि बजाए बीना राधिका रमण नामे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So this is very wonderful bhajan has been written that whenever Narad Muni plays his veena, you know, unfortunately, all these serial people, all these movie people, they have been portrayed the character of Narada Muni as a आग लगाने वाला या फिर a kind of a joker character. That's the greatest offense, Vaishnava Aparadh, which we can do. Never try to see Krishna's or Lord's pastime through screen. That is only for masala. That is only for TRPs. It is not for giving us, knowledge or any kind of nourishment to our spiritual life. It's just only for TRPs. Never try to see serials and try to judge this is what Krishna has done. I've seen, I think 4 or 5 years back, there is a very famous serial came out of on Radha Krishna. And when I saw one of the trailer, it was like very wonderful. They've shown Vrindavan and peacocks and all those kunjas and all those. And especially I love that Srimati Radharani is with gopi dots and Krishna is with gopi dots and turban. Generally, Krishna has been shown with a crown. But in that, there is a turban and all those. So I loved it. Like, they are depicted something. Nothing, all glories to the Nirmata, producer, actors, all of them. But I'm talking about the Shastra. I said, let's see what it is. And on YouTube, I saw the first episode of that serial. Narad Muni is taking one devotee to the spiritual world. Okay, that devotee is in saffron with tilak, kanthi and tilak. Which tilak? Our Gaudiya tilak, same. ISKCON wala tilak. And they are going. And Narada Muni is, talking about Krishna and all. Well, where is Golok Vrindavan? I want to see Golok Vrindavan. I was very happy. First time in any serial they are speaking and they are, discussing about Golok Vrindavan, that they know there is Golok Vrindavan. And they say, then Narada Muni says, अगर अपने चर्म चक्षु से देखोगे तो कभी नहीं दिखेगा, अपने मन के चक्षु से देखोगे तो आपको गोलोक वृंदावन देखा। मैं सोचना पड़ेगा what is this charma chakshu and mano chakshu? Charma chakshu ke sath how can somebody go to spiritual world? He has to leave this body here, na? Then somehow or other they showed that ashta petals wala kamal and the Golok Vrindavan. I was quite impressed with that. Then he went inside and all those things and he saw Krishna, he offered Dandvat Pranam. And then he saw Srimati Radharani. And he started, fuming with anger. Why Srimati Radharani is there, this and that, I will be more favorable to Rukmini. Well, how this fellow can go to Golak Vrindavan? He doesn't have any love, respect, and the awe and reverence towards Srimati Radharani. It's impossible for somebody to go to Golak Vrindavan like this. What to speak of Golak Vrindavan? He will go to hell. If somebody speaks about Srimati Radharani, something like this, if he doesn't have that Srimati Radharani as a worshipable object. And then the height of that, gopis all they came, and there was one small kitaka, insect. He said, Krishna's name is highest, and why you are speaking this Radhe Radhe? Now this kitak is there. You just say Radhe Radhe to him. And they, all the gopis, they resound, unisonly, Radhe Radhe. And that kitak, that insect, it burns up. All the gopis like this. And I was like, ये क्या हो रहा है भाई? Then after that, he said, you want to see more? Then there was one butterfly. He said, say Radhe Radhe. They chant Radhe Radhe. And that also gets burned. My God. And suddenly one small girl comes out and all the gopis were shocked कि what happening, Radhe Radhe नाम की वजह से क्या हो रहा है करके. And suddenly this girl comes and she just pulls the ghagra of one gopi and asks, कहो ना राधे राधे, कहो ना राधे राधे. They were shocked. राधे राधे बोलेंगे तो उस बच्चे के साथ क्या होगा करके, like that. And then nahi. And then he started fuming with anger and speaking something, and Krishna is like this and Radharani is like this. I'm like, ho kya raha hai Golok Vrindavan mein karenge. And then that small girl says, see, when you first spoke Radhe Radhe, you chanted Radhe Radhe, I was a kitaka, that insect. And when you chanted Radhe Radhe, I became beautiful butterfly. And then when you chanted to that butterfly as Radhe Radhe, that butterfly now I got this like form of a girl actually. Now, if you chant Radhe Radhe, I will get liberated. I just switched it off. Bola, no more saying this serial karke. What is this rubbishness? That somebody has went to Golok Vrindavan, that small girl is Golok Vrindavan, the highest of all Vaikuntha planet. And she says, if you chant Radhe Radhe, I will get a liberation. अरे liberation लेके कहाँ जाएगी ये? Golok Vrindavan. This is what happens. There is, the serial makers, the movie makers, they are all there for TRPs. They are all there for earnings. They are not there for giving you the knowledge. My God, Srimad Bhagavatam has to be given to these people and all that. No. So that's why whenever we take a knowledge, we has to take knowledge from the authorized sources. Srila Prabhupada said, if somebody is not a devotee, and even if you hear Srimad Bhagavatam from a non-devotee person, it's like drinking a milk which has been touched by serpent. Because why that non-devotee is speaking Srimad Bhagavatam? Just to earn something livelihood from that Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada has condemned it previously also in some of the purpose, right? So that's why whenever we are about to hear about Krishna's glories or Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, very clear. It has to be heard from the mouth of devotee. That's why Krishna in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is emphasized on the parampara system. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sa kale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. Arjuna, I have given this knowledge to Vivasvano Manase. What is that? First, Manave Praha. I have given this knowledge to Vivasvan also lakhs and lakhs years back, but that parampara has got broken. Now, through you, I am trying to establish this parampara again, right? So Krishna himself is given that much emphasis to parampara. And by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we have got best of one of the parampara, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. And Srila Prabhupada is 32nd authorized Acharya. So his books gives us knowledge as it is, which has been spoken by Krishna. That's why by reading other books, by other kind of so-called spiritually people, they write Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Ramayana. They are very famous things to write on. So many people who have never heard the name of Ram, who have never taken or chanted the name of Lord Ram and Krishna, they try to write their own books and sell it as a New York best times best year. What you will get is nothing but a kind of a information. Most of the time, it is a speculated information which is not in line with Vyasadeva and Valmiki. Ramayan from the perspective of Manthara. Arey, how you come to know that Manthara's perspective? Valmiki Muni not speaking about Manthara's perspective. What? ड्रीम में आई थी क्या मंथरा देवी आपके एंड बोल के गई थी नो इट्स ऑल काइंड ऑफ अ स्पेकुलेशन एंड इफ वी रीड एंड इफ वी हियर दैट इट्स नथिंग बट अ वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम whatever is in line with Valmiki Muni, in the line of Vyasadeva, that kind of scriptures will give you heart transformation. Okay? Information, when it causes a heart transformation, then it's called as a knowledge. Otherwise, it's just information. And that knowledge, when it comes into practicality, then it becomes realization. And that realization, when it gets into mature stage, it's a wisdom for that person. So that's why reading from acharyas, hearing from sadhus, and following the guru is a key factor to advance in the spiritual life. So that's what I wanted to share with all of you. If somebody wants to share something more, we have still 4 minutes with us.
What about the Narsimha avatar? You are saying you should not listen or see on the screen. So why ISKCON is promoting so much?
Because the producer is devotee, the director is devotee. And they have taken, even if you hear what Prahlad Maharaj is saying, that is actually what small clip I have seen. It is all what Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj is, glorifying the Lord and praying. That as it is, they have taken. It is authorized. That's why we can see it. We went to for Hare Krishna movie also we went because it is, produced by the devotee. Yaduvar Prabhupada disciple himself. So some of these are okay, just like that little Krishna. That is also very authorized. Even that Krishna or Kansa, even for that purpose also they approached, I think, my spiritual master also, they have given some, you know, unique antidotes that what to be there, what not to be there. That they produced it as a very authorized way. Nothing like for much like for TRP ke liye, spices, adding some spices. So some of them are okay, but produced by a person for only earning something and for the TRPs, those who are working, bahar jaake eating meat and everything and coming as a ram. What is the use of that kind of a character? No? Just like I am hearing this from my childhood. There is a very famous movie on Santa Tukaram Maharaj from 1950s and very famous. It went for an Oscar award actually. And just by seeing that movie, the person who played that character of Santa Tukaram Maharaj, he took a sannyas after that. Just by seeing his own character, he could, relate it with Santa Tukaram Maharaj and he took a sannyas after that. That's what, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha. Just playing a character with wholeheartedly of a pure devotee can just even there is a drama on Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, played by Chopati devotee. That person who played the character of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, he was not a devotee. He just came to Bhaktivedanta Hospital for his treatment, and when I think Dwarakadish Prabhu they saw this is the person, he exactly looks like little bit Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. They gave him all the tapes and the books of Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, and he saw all the tapes how Maharaj used to walk, how Maharaj used to talk, and just by doing that and doing that drama, he became a devotee. He said, that person is such a wonderful person. And Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj was such a wonderful soul, such a amazing acharya. And he got transformed just by playing that character. So that happens. Even if mentally we meditate on some devotee, we get benefited. The Sangha, that doesn't mean only a physical association. The association that can be Vapu or that can be Vani itself. And most of the time, Vani association has created a revolution. Srila Prabhupada was not physically present with each and every disciple of his. But his Vani has, given so much to. Now also we are reading Srila Prabhupada's Vani. What are the purports? They are the Vani personification of Srila Prabhupada. So
I had a one very good experience 3 days back. On Sunday, we had a one training program of our company. So after the program, all right for dinner. We had dinner there only. And there only, right there. You will not be, I was start, my boss called me interest there. He was talking to one small girl, young lady, hardly 21 or 22. So he said, come here, what up? She told the lady that he's also from ISKCON. So she said, like, I don't think out here, outside, because I want to take care of myself even after death. I was stunned. I said, what a grave mistake I made by just coming and meeting extra. But a young lady was teaching me, amazing thing. Right. Then I said, now I'm not going to have anything outside.
Jai Three Hari Bols for Raghav Prabhu. Hari Bol!
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Thank you very much for your wonderful dedication. So, Krishna teaches us through scriptures, Krishna teaches us from Sadhu, Krishna teaches us from Guru, and Krishna teaches us through Vaishnava. Many times Krishna teaches us through non-devotees. Prabhupada was, he was printing the leaflets and he used to distribute those leaflets on the roads of Delhi. And one day, one person was just passing by, he was a doctor or something. He took a leaflet from Srila Prabhupada and he said, why you are printing this leaflet? People just take it and throw it. Instead of this leaflet, you should print book. And Prabhupada, although he was not a devotee, but Srila Prabhupada, he got so moved with that statement. Well, he's not an ordinary person. My Guru Maharaj is speaking through this person. Because that's what Srila Prabhupada's Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur on the banks of Radha Kunda instructed Srila Prabhupada. Whenever you have a Lakshmi with you, print books. And then Prabhupada started Back to God magazine after that. So Krishna can speak through even a karmi person. I should not say karmi word, but outsider, those who are non-devoted. Krishna can guide sometimes, and not always. No, Prabhuji, I think, through this non-devotee, Krishna is guiding me. What he is guiding? Go to the Juhu Chopati and eat Pani Puri. Krishna is guiding me. No, not like that. But many times it clicks also. Krishna is speaking to the devotees. They are giving some kind of a nice advice to us. That's how it is. So, Srila Prabhupada, when he was young and a grahastha, I think it was in 1933? 22. 22 Prabhupada got initiated. 33. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur met Srila Prabhupada, our A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, he met his spiritual master once again. Like, he was meeting always, but one of the meeting was in 1933 on the banks of Radhakunda, where Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur came with his disciples for Vrindavan Parikrama. So they were discussing, and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was feeling like some problems were there between the certain devotees. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur came that in order to give nicer philosophy to all the devotees, we should have books. Books, when printing form is there, people can read and they can get the philosophy. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that time gave instruction on the banks of Radhakund to Srila Prabhupada. He was a Grahastha during that time. That whenever you have a Lakshmi with you, you just print books and distribute it. So that is like the one of the ultimate instruction by his Guru Maharaj to Srila Prabhupada. That's why Srila Prabhupada, whenever you will see most of his lectures, he gives emphasis on book reading and book distribution. There is very wonderful pastimes about the books distribution, and just by reading one line, there are so many people just by seeing the book they become a devotee. There are wonderful pastimes like that. One person, he went to commit suicide, so he jumped off from train, and where he jumped off there was a rice paddies. He didn't got any bruises or anything. It was just completely intact as it is. And when he fell on that rice paddies, just near to him, he saw some kind of a silverish thing. So he looked at that and he saw one boy and one girl was there. Boy was playing flute and girl was having her hands on that boy. And it's a silver kind of a books cover page. It was a Krishna books cover page. And Shrimati Radha and Krishna was there and silver kind of a cover. And he looked at them and said, wow, they're such a wonderful couple. So peaceful, so serene. I want such kind of person in my life. And he started searching for where I can get this couple. Whose photo is this? And he landed up into ISKCON temple. He saw that's Krishna, that's Srimati Radharani. They are the divine couple from the spiritual world. They are the supreme personality of Godhead, male and female, like that. And just by attraction to that cover, he became a devotee. That's it is. So many pastimes are there. When in December we will have a book marathon, even in Goregaon also. So our all classes will be filled with the pastimes and the glories of book distribution and book reading. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे
हरि बोल।